Hi everyone, I'm Imani Walker. This is my digital presentation assignment for my communication fluency course with Queen's University of Charlotte. We'll be discussing hidden figures as an equipment for a living for Black women wanting to make a difference in the world despite their skin color. Hidden Figures was released January 2017, directed by Theodore Melfi, featuring stars such as Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, Janelle Monáe, Kevin Costner, Kirsten Dunst, and Jim Parsons. According to IMDb, the film is a story of a team of female African-American mathematicians who served a vital role in NASA during the early years of the U.S. space program. The film illustrates the challenges they faced as women and as Negroes, and as they navigated the two very different Americas at the time, which was white America and Black America. The story unfolds how these women prevailed living in a white man's world. We'll be applying Kenneth Burke's equipment for living function to see how the character responds to pivotal roadblocks in the film while applying the cybernetic traditions as discussed in Littlejohn and Foss's book. Kenneth Burke says rhetoric not only names or defines a situation, but also provides a strategy in dealing or solving the solution inherent to it. Burke calls this equipment for living, and he suggests that this helps the audience maneuver through life. In spite of their intellect, Dorothy, Catherine, and Mary must work behind the color line in a segregated basement office with separate facilities for less pay than their white counterparts and little chance of promotion or recognition. In Chapter 10, page 358, in Littlejohn and Foss's book, according to Burke, a rhetorical work can serve as equipment for living in a variety of ways. It can provide a vocabulary of thoughts, actions, emotions, and attitudes for understanding and interpreting a situation. It can also facilitate acceptance of a situation that cannot be changed. Rhetoric can even provide justification for actions, offering ways of framing actions so that they are more tolerable or acceptable. Generally then, rhetoric offers a naming of an orientation to a situation as well as ways to manage or adjust to that situation. In the film, we identify multiple obstacles that these three Black female pioneers went through, one being race, the other being gender, and the last being successful in a white man's world. In order to provide cause and effect the film has on viewers, I would suggest having a focus group of women of all colors participate in viewing the film and analyzing their point of view around race and discrimination in the workplace through a series of interviews. The end result will hopefully give structure to the equipment of living for Black women that are determined to make a big difference or impact despite their skin color. In the interviews, participants would answer some questions about relatable struggles they go through themselves and if the film influenced them to make different measures or handle the situations differently with these issues. Some of the questions would be, can they relate to one another or one or more of the characters? Have they experienced similar prejudice or maybe even been prejudiced to someone in the workplace? And if so, how did they overcome the situation or change the outcome? What would white and Black men do to change, or what could they do to change the standard of women, of where women fall in place in the workplace? Participants would be asked to draw a diagram of similarities white women and minority women have in common, as well as the obstacles viewed in the film in comparison to minority women today. All of the cinema highs and lows that emerged demonstrated transformations that took place over time for not only these three women, but everyone involved. Some of the examples of transformation are Catherine being allowed to attend top secret meetings with the engineers, a building named after her and years later, her receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Such actions and occurrences transformed the emerging now experiences of everyone at Nassau and in the United States. The movie graphically depicts a transformation for these women and those around them. Thank you.